the room service people came up to my room, like within minutes, to take my order at my door. And also, like 10 minutes after that, a maintenance person knocked on my door and was like, "Hey, I'm here to fix your phone." I was like, "What?" You know? All right, good morning, friends. It is Jamaica Day. We are in Ocho Rios this morning. It's early. It is about 6:45, and I'm gonna head up down to the theater to get ready for, my excursion and whatever. I don't know why it's got to be so early. Why they want to get me up, when I just can't even exist at this hour, but that's okay. I'm doing the river tubing safari thing. I'm hoping that'll be fun. Last time I was in Ocho Rios, I was supposed to do the Jamaican bobsled, but I ended up doing zip lining and stuff, and that was super fun. But we'll see how it goes. This is my first excursion of this trip, and I'm a little nervous because I'm solo and stuff, so I get like a little bit of anxiety, but it's gonna be okay, and I'm sure it's gonna be a good day. But of course, I'll take you with me. We'll see what we see. We'll do what we do, and we'll talk soon. So I made my way down to the promenade and into the Broadway Theater, which is the meeting point for all the excursions on the MSC Meraviglia. With your tickets and paperwork, MSC assigns you a number, and that's the number that you pay attention to when they're calling groups to go out to the buses, and that usually corresponds with the bus number or the lollipop sign that is near whatever transportation you're taking. And in this case, we walked to the end of the pier, and that's where all the meeting points were. And before I knew it, I was on the bus, and we were on our way to the river to do the tubing thing, which, if I remember correctly, was about 20 minutes away or so. I do apologize for any blurriness or artifacts that may be on some of these video clips. I had my phone in a waterproof protective sleeve the entire time I was out on the water. The first thing they do is issue you a life jacket and a helmet, and you have to put all of your stuff in a locker. The locker is an upcharge, it's not included, so just be aware that that's going to be like an extra $10 charge in addition to the, I think it was like $85 that I spent for the excursion. And once everybody had their gear, we were taken over to the entry point to the river, and they had us all get in on a tube. I really enjoyed this excursion. I'm not sure if it's something I would ever do again, but I don't think it was too overpriced for the experience that I got. Excursions can be really expensive, and not all of them are worth the price, but we were out there for a few hours, and I don't think it's any more expensive than it would be to go tubing like in Colorado or even here in San Antonio, especially when you factor in that it includes transportation to and from the cruise ship and all that. It was a very mellow experience, not a whole lot to it. The water didn't move very fast, and it was actually easy to get stuck, but they had a guide with you who would pull you out if you were trapped somewhere, and at certain points we would all link up together to make sure that we were moving as a group. There was also a photographer out there with us, so at the end we had the opportunity to buy pictures and videos, and it ended in a gift shop, so there were shopping opportunities, etc., and even like a place to buy some snacks if you wanted. But after a few minutes there, we got back on the bus and they took us back to the cruise port. Of course, we went through security when we got on board and all of that, and then I made my way up the stairs and down the hall and over to my room. All right, so that's a wrap on that. It's just afternoon, so it's actually still pretty early. I thought about maybe hanging around the cruise port a little bit, but I'm hungry, so I came back on board to eat, and so I probably won't go back off. But the excursion was amazing, so much fun. Like I mentioned earlier, I was a little bit nervous. I'm solo. I haven't done an excursion as a solo cruiser in a while, and the group was super great. Everyone was nice and friendly and non-problematic, and it was so much fun. I think I paid about 90-ish for it. I purchased it in advance, so it was like 80 something. And then that was my second most expensive one. The horseback riding that I'm doing later in the week is the most expensive. And then the other ones were all kind of like in the $50, $60 range. So in total, 5 excursions cost me about $350, which isn't bad. But I had fun today. And I'm sure you saw all the footage. I had a waterproof pouch for my phone, but that sometimes does make the video footage a little bit blurrier. So sorry if it was not as good a quality as you're used to. Not that I post, hardcore 4K professional stuff, just amateur hour anyway normally. So, so I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna change, and then I'm gonna go get some food, and we'll talk soon. So I made my way up the great glass elevator. Conveniently, the panoramic elevator on the side of the ship was next to my room, and it connects all the way down to the lobby and all the way up to the pool deck right next to the buffet. And so I went inside and grabbed a plate of food. At this time, they were actually still serving some breakfast stuff, so I got some scrambled eggs and some sausage and things, and then made my way out to the pool deck. But unfortunately, after a few minutes, it started to rain, so I decided to make my way back down to my room to chillax for a little bit before it was time to get ready to go to dinner. After dinner, I made my way out to the pool bar, since obviously that was my main watering hole at this point, and I had a few rounds of drinks with my bartenders there, and then some of the people that I'd met throughout the cruise so far showed up, and we were all just kind of laughing and joking and having a good time. And here's a picture of me with a couple of them. This is Megan, who I'm still friends with to this day, and I believe the other girl's name is Karen.
So it's midnight, and I'm at the pool bar, the Atmosphere bar as a matter of fact, and things are getting kind of crazy up here. And
What's up?
crashing the vlog. Anyway, alright, totally good. I'm trying to hang in here. This is kind of a lot, though. We'll talk soon.
The reason why I said it was a lot is because it was clear that they had had more to drink than I did at this point, so I most definitely had some catching up to do, and they also wanted to do a bunch of rounds of shots, and I'm not a big shots person to begin with. They hurt me too much. But ultimately, they convinced me to go back to the Horizon Bar for some of the nighttime activities back there, which is always a good time, and I definitely wanted to swim at this point. It's too bad that they closed the pool at night, and I hung out and danced and all that for a little bit before making my way back down to my room.
Alright, y'all, so that's a wrap.
A couple things, though. It's late. It's like the middle of the night. And I ordered some room service. But my phone, I ordered room service the other night, and I for whatever reason, I couldn't get like a dial tone. My phone didn't work. But they called me back the other night, and I got like them on speakerphone, right? But tonight, I couldn't even get that to work. So a couple things happened. Number one, the room service people came up to my room, like within minutes, to take my order at my door. And also, like 10 minutes after that, a maintenance person knocked on my door and was like, "Hey, I'm here to fix your phone." I was like, "What?" You know? So yeah, now I have a fixed phone and I'm getting sandwiches and I'm gonna go to bed and all that. But I'm pretty impressed. That's all I'm gonna say with how quick they responded to my food needs and my phone needs. Super cool. But I want to thank you all so much for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.